right. Well, November 17th, you're taking on JP Bays, a guy
Yeah.
that's also getting his second chance on the Contender series. Have you gotten a chance to study him, and what do you think about his style?
I mean, he looks strong. I seen he fights at 35 and 25. Uh, I think he gasses out pretty pretty often. To be honest, I know he to me it looked like he gassed out on his contenders fight. When he fought Jacoby. I think that's his name. He got finished in the second round, and then I seen he gassed out again and fight back in freaking Russia or something like that. But I mean, he's a strong wrestler. I mean, he's pretty high level jits. I mean, the fight is gonna be fun. But like I told you, I've been fighting wrestlers my whole life. I mean, I know his game plan. And I'm sure him and his coaches they know of my game plan. I'm pretty good friends with some of his teammates over there at his gym he trains at. So I mean, we we know what each other's strong point is. So I mean, I'm gonna try to knock him out, and I'm sure he's gonna try to take me down and try to ground and pound me and stuff. But hey, I'm ready for it, bro. I'm a dog, man. I'm freaking ready for it.
Yeah, this is what makes this matchup fun because you bring that striking, the power on the feet, and then he is very strong in the wrestling and the grappling. So it's like who can put the fight where they can have the advantage, man. And even if it
Exactly.
does go to that area, can the other fighter combat that and get it
Yeah.
to where they need it to be, right? That's what makes it fun. That's why I love MMA.
I know, man. Me too. The last fight it was like two stand up guys
Hmm.
fighting, which I mean people love to see stand up guys fight, but when you have like the two opposite skill set, then it makes it a real martial art fight,
Hmm.
because you have two different arts,
Hmm.
trying to battle against each other, and I mean I think it's gonna be fun. I mean, although I want to win and stuff, but I love putting on a show, man. I love, giving my fans their freaking money worth. I mean, I know no one's paying for this fight unless they, have the app and stuff. But I mean, even back in Houston, bro, I don't put on boring fights, man. I
Hmm.
don't. It's gonna be fun
The gas tank. Do you think that's gonna be what separates you from him?
for sure. I think the gas tank, my last fight. I'm just saying, if the fight would have been 5 rounds,
Hmm.
I think Jeffrey would have been done because that third round was mine, bro. I don't know how they said I lost that third round,
Hmm.
but I mean, I caught my second win, and I mean, I think I outscored him that third round. And if the fight would have went to round four, I for sure would have won the fight. But I mean, you know, my gas tank and my heart, my will to win is something that I know a lot of fighters they don't really have. And JP, that's the
Hmm.
name, right?
Yeah.
Um, JP, he's strong and stuff, but I don't think he have the same gas tank as me. So I mean, he's gonna try to grind it out and stuff, but I know it's not gonna be, you know, my same kind of pressure.
How you see
Yeah,
yourself getting the win?
I see this fight fucking standing up, man. I mean, I'm gonna knock him out, bro. That's
Hmm.
it. Either with a maybe ground and pound or I would say left hook because one guy he's a southpaw, but I mean that's every fight that I go into, I say that that's my main goal is to knock him out, and I mean I throw a freaking 100% from the first round to the last round. It's like there's no empty, Uh, I mean it's not gas, it's fucking diesel, and I mean that thing just stays running, bro. You know what I mean? And I mean I know it sounds funny, but I mean I'm fucking serious, dude. Like
Hmm.
there's only one level, and that's full speed ahead for me, man. So I mean I plan on knocking him out.
Mhm.
That's that.
Definitely. Now they replace him with Jacob Silva, who actually competed over the summer, but he came up short. What did you think about his performance in that fight?
It's actually funny because that exact episode that Jacob fought against who did he fight against? Jeff. He fought against Jeff Molina. I was on the way to sparring and I watched the first fight in the car, and then I was sitting on the mat actually stretching, and like the phone was next to me and I was watching. I wasn't really paying attention because I was getting ready to spar as well. So I didn't actually really get to watch much of that fight. And then after sparring, I look who was awarded the contracts, and I said to my wife, I was like, everyone got contracts except the winner of the flyweight fight. I was like, I wonder how that fight went. And it never really clicked that I should go back and watch that fight. I was just like, I don't know how the fight went, but I know they didn't get a contract. So I just assumed that it was a boring fight. But then when Jacob Silva's name got thrown in the mix and he got mentioned to me, I went out and I actually went and I looked at that fight. And I was like, man, it was a banger of a fight. It was a really entertaining fight. So I was surprised that they didn't get the contract, you know. So I understand he didn't get it because he came up short, but he was in that fight and I was entertained with that fight. It was a really nice fight to watch. I think he has some really good skill. He's a real tough guy. And yeah, I'm excited to test myself against him.
You know, when you watch your fights, you do a lot of work on the ground. You know, that's where you get a lot of your finishes too. Do you look at this fight as a grappler versus striker matchup, or could we be in for a surprise since you've been out for so long? So you've been adding to the skill set.
You know, I've been by the time I fight, I would be it would break my inactivity of 367 days. So that's a year and 2 days that I've been working at Fortis. And you look at Fortis's guys, man, they can throw down, you know. So I kind of feel that I'm a sponge. I like to absorb and take from people and just learn. And truly, you know, I come from a wrestling background, but I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. And I kind of feel like the same way. I just like to absorb and learn different martial arts, learn from different people. The guys I train with are monsters. I mean, if you look at two of my main training partners the past weekend, we had Fernie Garcia win a great fight on the feet in LFA. We had Miles John with an amazing KO. I mean, that kind of stuff I only see on the cartoons, you know, where the guy almost does a backflip. So I train with some really high-level guys, really good strikers, wrestlers, grapplers, MMA athletes, you know. So who knows what's going to happen? Maybe me and Jacob stand there and we try to hit each other's heads off. Maybe we don't. I know he's also pretty good in jiu-jitsu. I think he's only been finished by submission once in his career, meaning he's no bum on the ground himself. I've seen on some of his stuff that he was originally scheduled to fight sometime for LFA before he got this call. And I also saw that he's going to be competing in a jiu-jitsu tournament, I think in December sometime. So, you know, who knows where the fight's going to turn out. He's a martial artist. He's been training for a long time. He's been doing everything the same with me. And I guess it just happens, like whoever goes first, whoever does their game plan, who imposes their will.
Are you in a different place mentally compared to last August when you were supposed to, you know, fight originally?
I will say I'm in a different space, you know, like last August, it was like basically coming out of quarantine and I had my wife fighting. So it was like we had to share the table, you know, we got to like balance it out. The focus has to be on me. The focus has to be on her. But we were in a great space. And I mean, she went out and she delivered a performance that showed you which mind space we were in. But now this time, it's been all me, you know, like all the focus has been on me. She's been helping me at home. She's been helping me with everything. And I mean, that helps me a lot, knowing that someone else is there, like motivating. On tough days, she's there like, hey, you can do it. On good days, she's like, hey, you're the best in the world. Like we don't have to kind of share that. I don't have to be like, hey, baby, you're going to win. And she's like, hey, you're going to win. It's just like she's putting all the steam into me, you know. So I would say I'm in a different space. And with all my sponsors that came on board, it's helped me a lot.
I know the fight game is unpredictable, but how do you see yourself winning that contract?
I see myself winning by a finish, to be honest. You know, usually, like, when I lay down, I can, like, envision, like, I lay down, I would see, okay, maybe before a fight, I see, oh, there's a head and arm choke, or there's a knockout, or there's a this. This time, whenever I close my eyes and I lay down, I just see myself with both my hands in the air, you know, fully extended, walking around that ring like I finished him. I haven't had the visualization yet of how, but yeah, I have been seeing myself winning.